Hello, Morongo Basin, and listeners around the world online at Z107.7 FM.com. Here is the Z107.7 Local News for Monday, June 9th, 2025. The final draft of the Western Joshua Tree Conservation Plan is expected to be discussed at the California Fish and Game Commission meeting taking place this Wednesday and Thursday. The final draft for the plan was submitted last week, and the over 300-page document is intended to give the best guidance and science possible for conserving the threatened species. The commission will hear public comment and may take final action on the conservation plan at the meeting. The Western Joshua Tree Conservation Plan works in conjunction with the Western Joshua Tree Conservation Act, which is the piece of legislation that sets the fees and rules for the take permits that will be required when doing any ground-disturbing work near a Joshua tree. The Commission is expected to receive updates to the relocation guidelines and protocols, as well as updates to the self-auditing method that the California Department of Fish and Wildlife is requiring when planning construction or development on land that may include Western Joshua trees. You can find a link to the final draft of the Western Joshua Tree Conservation Plan, as well as ways you can submit public comment to the California Fish and Game Commission meetings, taking place Wednesday and Thursday. That's at our website, Z107.7 FM.com. The Landers Homestead Valley Association's monthly meeting begins tonight at 5 p.m. Here's Annalise Kaipa with a look at the items on their agenda.
The extensive Caltrans road improvement project that involves repaving and widening the road's shoulders for signage and bike lanes continues along Highway 247 from State Route 62 to Gin Road. Starting at 7 p.m. on Sunday, June 8th, Caltrans will be conducting 24-hour flagging operations at Aberdeen Drive and in the Wash south of Retchie Road. Wait times are expected to be 20 minutes on each side. This will continue until June 13th and into the following week. Lorraine Bird, the woman missing from 29 Palms, who was found dead by the Painted Rocks in Johnson Valley, will be discussed. The San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department is investigating her death, but has not released any information. The San Bernardino County Fire Chief is scheduled to give an update on Landers Fire Station 19. The question of how to save the disappearing dark skies will be addressed. Located at Belfield Hall, 58380 Retchie Road, just east of Landers Post Office, the meeting begins at 5 p.m. As always, the public is most welcome to attend. Reporting for Z107.7 News, I'm Annalise Kaipa.
Summer hours for the 29 Palms Community Center begin today. The facility, located at 6547 Freedom Way in 29 Palms, features opportunities and programs for children and adults to stay active and cool indoors all summer long. The center's gym is open to all ages Mondays through Thursdays from noon to 5 p.m. with adults-only hours, Mondays through Wednesdays, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. An adult volleyball league will run on Thursdays from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. No advance registration is required, and participants are welcome to drop in during designated times. For more information, contact the Parks and Recreation Department at their website, 29palms.org. Be it Boo-Berry, Crunchberry, or Berry Kicks, the High Desert Medical Center wants your cereal. The High Desert Medical Center's annual cereal drive kicks off today and runs through Friday, called Healthy Over Hungry Cereal Drive. The High Desert Medical Center is collecting boxes of cereal to benefit the way station in Joshua Tree. They are also accepting monetary donations, which will benefit Find Food Bank. Last year, the High Desert Medical Center provided nearly 28,000 servings of cereal during their drive. Morongo Valley artist Matt Elson invites all High Desert artists to join the monthly working group designed to help artists grow, share ideas, and find ways to market their art to the world. Artists will share their experiences about what has been effective, the challenges they face, and which marketing tools they use. Regardless of whether art is a livelihood, a healing practice, or a passion project, all forms of engagement in these workshops is welcome. The free artist workshops are the second Monday of the month, including today, and it begins tonight at 6 p.m. at the High Desert Artists Center in Yucca Valley. Artists may attend one workshop, several, or the entire series. And finally, Z107.7 has learned that Bobby Furst, the accomplished artist and founder of Furst World, a renowned Joshua Tree studio compound and performance space, has passed. Reporter Heather Clisby joins us with this remembrance.
Known as the unofficial mayor of Joshua Tree, the Morongo Basin has lost one of its brightest lights with the passing of assemblage artist Bobby Furst late Saturday evening. News of his death spread quickly on social media as Furst loomed large in the community, not just as an artist, but as the developer of a fertile atmosphere of art and acceptance. An assemblage artist of note, Furst created with found objects, anything unwanted that could be repurposed into statement art, with environmental concerns and the futility of war being favored topics. Born August 7, 1953 in Long Island, New York, Furst was just 18 months old when the family moved first to Hollywood, California, before again moving to nearby Laurel Canyon in 1959. Coming of age in the 60s, Furst was inspired by the work of his stepfather, Peter Furst, an anthropologist and art collector. At one point, the family formally relocated to Guadalajara to continue his stepfather's work, which included shooting a documentary on the tribe's ancient 40-day peyote ritual, which Furst participated in at age 15. In 1971, the family moved to upstate New York, where Furst quickly realized he was indeed a Californian in every sense. Furst returned to LA, working in carpentry and exploring his own art instincts. Somewhere along the way, he befriended Noah Purifoy, who undoubtedly inspired and encouraged Furst to explore his assemblage leanings. On a return visit to the high desert, he unexpectedly reconnected with numerous artist friends happily living here and enjoying a freedom that was unattainable in the big city. A decision was made. Furst officially moved to Joshua Tree around Thanksgiving 2008 and landed on the community radar when he opened his steel Quonset hut studio gallery for the Highway 62 Open Studio Art Tours. After an impromptu performance of Graham Rabbit for a birthday party at the new space, word spread and the concept of Furst World was born. Furst was now welcoming artists, locally and globally, in all manner of events. For a man small in stature, he loomed large, both in the scale of his art and in the generosity of his heart. In creating Furst World, he thought beyond himself and saw how it grew organically out of the community.
Connecting people through music, voice, be part of the solution, get involved. You got to make yourself happy before, you go out. Otherwise, everything you share is anger, frustration, being pissed off, and that brings everybody to a stuck place. That's my message. Get over it, make it happen.
Reporting for Z107.7, I'm Heather Clisby.
Thank you, Heather. You can hear a longer version of her story at our website, Z107.7fm.com, and you can hear Gary Daigneault's full interview with Bobby Furst from the January 2023 Z107.7 Up Close show. We'll be replaying that in full tonight at 7 p.m. right here on Z107.7. That's our local news. Hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. If you hear about news happening, let us know. Email us at tips@z1077fm.com. Reporting for the Morongo Basin News Leader, the award-winning Z107.7 Local News, I'm News Director Jeff Harmatz.